thank you for joining me. This week's feature lesson, we're going to do an original composition I created, and we're going to take a look at the blues this weekend, and it's something I'm calling Funky Blues in the key of E. So I got two arrangements written for it. It's going to sit in the intermediate to an advanced level, and really what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I created a nice little sequence or theme, and almost could be a little rhythm thing. And we're going to do it on the high strings, and then we're going to do it on the low strings as well. And then we're going to add in licks and riffs and so forth. This is going to be something that you could do all by yourself, just you and a guitar, kind of like a solo composition. Again, something that would be just fun to sit around and play, no matter if you play electric or an acoustic guitar. So, anyway, if you'd like to access the full-length version as just a preview here, click the link below and it'll shoot you onto my website and learn about being a Premier member over there for a monthly, quarterly, or yearly fee. Access this lesson and over 350 videos at the site. All three of my courses, the video exchange program as well. All right, so give it a look if you feel like I might be a good fit for you, a good instructor. For now, we're going to walk through the first few measures of the first arrangement for Funky Blues in the key of E. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. All right, let's go ahead and start breaking down Funky Blues here in the key of E. I'm going to play these first three measures for you and then break them on down slowly. Remember, markings below the staff are pick directions, so for the right hand, and then any little numbers above the staff will be left hand fingerings. So yeah, this piece has got a nice little kind of groovy, funky feel, all while we're still kind of getting a little bit of a shuffle motif, if you will, or a shuffle theme, especially in that second arrangement. We're still going to be doing kind of, getting that bluesy shuffle, but just in a little bit different groove. So, here's these first three measures. Has this whole the first measure is a pickup into everything. It's a nice little bluesy lick here. So, here's what they sound like. So, 2, 3, 4. And that's really the whole theme for the whole thing is, measures 2 and 3 is really, if you can get that down, you're going to have, be able to really understand, get a grasp of this lesson. Okay? So that first measure, we got a little, kind of a minor pentatonic lick there. It starts on the 3rd fret of the high E, and I'm going to just do a slight little bend. Not even a quarter step, probably not even. And then open E, and then 3rd fret B, open B. And then right here, we're going to see a lot of this too. There's a little grace note. So that's what that little 3 on the G string, it's got a little slash through it. That's going to mean a grace note. And so it's going to be a really quick slide or hammer on, and in most cases for this arrangement, it's going to be a slide. So it's going to be a really quick, 3 to 2, right? That's where I'm going to start my slide. It's on the 3rd fret of the G, and then slide down a 2nd fret. Okay, and then open G, hammer 1, and then open high E. And we're going to be doing a lot of that too. It's going to be very common throughout this piece. So that whole measure, 3, 4. And I'm going to finger my E chord. And then the next measure, 2 quarter notes, open E, low E, and 2nd fret A. Just the bottom 2 notes of that E chord. So that would be more of a motif right there, like motif meaning the smallest musical idea, and that would be a great little one that you hear all the time in blues music, especially the acoustic stuff. That's just a great little move you can use all the time. Okay, so we did the measure 2, we did the 2 downbeats, or beats 1 and 2. And then right here's this little theme here or sequence, if you will. And it's the 2nd fret of the B and the high E. And I will have my E chord held down, and I will use my pinky to go back and forth between the 2nd and 3rd fret, okay? So it's 2, 0, and then it's zeros, 2, 0, and then 3, 0. That'd be your actual E7 right there. And then as you see, it's tied over to. All right, there's a note in parentheses, and there's a line tying it over. And we're not going to play the downbeat of measure 3. And we're going to see this little theme, this rhythmic theme all throughout the piece. The way we time it. 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so we're really just kind of bouncing around 2nd and 3rd frets of the B, and we just got to make sure our timing's right. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and then open, both strings open. 2, 0 opens. 2, 0 opens. And all of a sudden that just becomes the whole theme, kind of for the whole, for the piece. You can just work on those 2 measures. You can treat it like a vamp and just set the groove with it. It's something that you can certainly use and manipulate. I mean, you can change the timing in there all you want. But here's one idea, of course. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so that's that tie in the middle. Just want to make sure you're aware of that because we'll see it again, and I won't cover it as in depth as I am now. But we're going to see that rhythm over and over and over. So make sure you have a good grasp of what's going on. Again, we don't play the downbeat. We don't play the note in parentheses whenever we tie over. There's no pick direction below it as well. So the tie, usually creates syncopation, and that's what it's doing here. And, thus, if it's creating syncopation, sometimes it can be a little tricky. So let me play these first 3 measures here in context a couple times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 and 3 and 4 and again 2, 3, 4. I just played measures 2 and 3 again. And then there in the second, the bar between the bar line in between the first measure and the second measure is a repeat sign. So what will happen is you'll play all the way through the end of the piece, and then you're going to repeat back to measure 2. Okay, again, measure 1's just a pickup, and that's what that bar line in the middle between measure 1 and 2, with the double dot and the double bar, that's a repeat sign. That's what that is. And then so when you finish the piece, you go from the last measure of the piece all the way back to the second measure of the piece, okay? So, yeah, those are the first 3 measures. Just getting that timing is gonna set you up for the whole piece. So if you can get that little theme, that rhythmic theme, measures 2 and 3, you're gonna have a good handle on everything. Last time, 2, 3, 4. There it is. So let's move on to the next few measures here. The next 4, they sound like this. So the last 2 measures of that line are the same exact thing that we did for measures 2 and 3, right? So we won't cover that as in depth. But measure 4 and 5 are a little different. So measure 4, we kind of do half of that theme, right? That little, we get the 0 on the E, 2 on the A, and I am kind of palm muting that a little bit. For those of you that have done some of that palm muting, I'm muting those low strings from time to time, and it certainly adds more thump and a little bit more drive. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, but I'm not going to go into palm muting per se for this lesson. So, and then beats 3, it's a 2 on the B, and open E, and then open B and E, and then 2, and then 3 in E, 3 in the open E. Okay. And then right here in measure 5, there's a quarter note rest. So that's what that first little marking is. It's a quarter note rest. And then there's a grace note. I know it's kind of tight. The software doesn't show those grace notes as friendly as I'd like. But 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. I'm going to slide to the 5 on the B. Start on the 3. 1 and 2. And back to the 3rd fret B. And then here it is, our little 4-2 slide on the G. And then 0-1 hammer on the G. And then open E. And back to our theme. Measures 4 and 5 here, real slow. So 3, 4, 1 and 2. So those slides are really important for, you know, and again, they're just grace notes or quick slides, but they really start to give it a lot of attitude. And I notice that's what a lot of these blues players, they do a lot of these quick slides, and it just really starts to add up in the playing. And then when you take them out, you notice it's not quite the same. So yeah, again, these little quick grace note slides, they're kind of fundamental perhaps in getting some of that sound. I'm getting a little more aggressive with my picking too. And then measures again. 6 and 7 is just that theme that we're doing over top of the E chord. Okay, so I'm gonna play these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars or 7 bars. Starting at the beginning, I'm just gonna play the first 7 bars. So you can see what it sounds like. So here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So there's the first 7 bars. Get that timing down with that theme, and start working, making sure those slides sound, you know, mean and clean, and you really start to give a lot of attitude with the playing. So let's move on when you're ready.